What if what I see as blue, you see as yellow, yet we have both learned to call it blue? Science has never been able to answer this, and perhaps it never will. This is qualia. Qualia is the redness of red, the taste of wine, or the sting of pain. We can never know if the red I see is the red you see. We can never know if we share the exact same sensation when tasting a lemon, or if we feel pain in the same way. Throughout our lives, we are trapped inside our own minds. We can never truly feel another person's pain or love from within. Even though we are alone in our own minds, humanity has always tried to build bridges across this isolation. Painting, music, poetry, stories, and movies. They are all attempts to carry the isolated experience inside our heads into someone else's mind. These bridges are flawed, they shake, and sometimes they collapse. But trying to overcome that loneliness and reach another person is one of the most fundamental traits of being human. Yes, I'm talking about storytelling. And when I say storytelling, cinema is the first thing that comes to my mind. But not all films try to share that deep inner experience. Sometimes, the stories movies tell are created purely for profit. Don't get me wrong, using filmmaking techniques to evoke emotions is not inherently wrong. It's a powerful part of the craft. But modern cinema often pushes this to the extreme, turning emotions into a formula designed for commercial gain. Let's stop here for a second. I want to tell you about a director who didn't see cinema as a money-making tool.
К опыту человеческому. То есть я хотел бы сказать в этом фильме также о том, что невозможно преподать опыт, нельзя научиться от другого, как жить. Можно только прожить жизнь и сделать какой-то свой вывод. Его нельзя передать другому. Мы часто говорим, нужно воспользоваться опытом наших отцов. Это было бы очень просто. К сожалению, мы должны прожить свой собственный жизненный опыт, что нельзя навязать свой опыт другому. Нельзя заставить человека испытывать чувства внушенные, а можно лишь опираться на свой собственный жизненный опыт для того, чтобы...
Andrei Tarkovsky, one of the greatest directors in cinema history. His films deeply explore spiritual and metaphysical themes, characterized by their deliberate pacing, immersive long takes, and dreamlike imagery that reflect an enduring fascination with nature and memory. This is precisely where Andrei Tarkovsky's vision becomes so important. He refused to treat the audience as mere passive consumers to be manipulated. He didn't make movies that tell you what to feel. He made movies that allow you to discover what you feel. Another piece of advice Andrei Tarkovsky gave was specifically directed at young people.
Не знаю. Думаю, что мне бы хотелось сказать им только то, что чтобы они умели больше находиться в одиночестве. Любили бы быть наедине с самим собой почаще. Чтобы не чувствовать себя одиноким, это очень неприятный и такой симптом, с моей точки зрения. Мне кажется, человек должен учиться с детства находиться одному. То есть это не значит, что быть одиноким. Это значит, что уметь не скучать самим собой. Потому что человек, который скучает от одиночества, мне представляется человеком, находящимся в опасности.
As a young person myself, I find this advice deeply profound. But I also think most of us confuse aloneness with loneliness. While reflecting on Tarkovsky's words, I stumbled upon a thought that perfectly captures this distinction. We are born alone, live alone, and die alone. Aloneness is our fundamental nature. Yet because we fail to see its peace and beauty, we misunderstand it as loneliness. Loneliness feels like an open wound, a painful gap where something always feels missing. To escape this pain, we run into crowds, relationships, endless work, and constant noise, doing anything just to avoid being left with ourselves. But you can never truly run away from what is natural to you. No matter how much we try to ignore it, the gap only grows wider with time. Loneliness is an empty void demanding to be filled from the outside. Loneliness, however, is a positive presence, a state of quiet grandeur, beauty, and complete harmony with existence. Fear of being alone is merely an idea forced upon us by a society constantly running from itself. Those who truly know aloneness realize there is nothing more peaceful, beautiful, or joyful than simply being with oneself.